Welcome back. You're watching our Eid special show. I'm Faisal Rahman.
And I'm Sana Maqbool, and a very happy Eid to all of our viewers once again. We've spent a great Eid with our viewers at B2B World and a very special guest. And we have some more in the studios, Faisal, with us once again.
So there you go. Would you like to introduce them?
Yes, we have with us, first of all, Ms. Sarah SYED. She's an entrepreneur and educationist. Thank you very much, Ms. Sarah, for joining us. Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak to you as well.
Thank you. We've also been joined by Mr. KHALID ZAFAR, LATIFI, who's an overseas Pakistani. He's the finance manager in Dubai, and he's here especially to celebrate Eid with his friends and family. Thank you very much, Mr. KHALID, for being with us.
It's a pleasure.
Eid Mubarak. We've also been joined by HUMA JAMEEL, who's a filmmaker and founder of HUMA Law Associates, and she's been spending Eid with us before as well, and she's here once again. Thank you so much, HUMA, for taking time out. Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak. We have a certain relationship, na? Eid ke
Yes, so we see her on Eid, so it's great. But let's start off with what Eid is like at your homes and what it means to you. Something that we've asked our previous guests as well, and we want to know what Eid means to you and what you do on your Eid and what are your plans for this
Festivity to start off with.
Okay.
Memories. A lot of memories, especially after COVID.
Yeah.
I think we've all become very, very nostalgic, and all we do is go back to how it was. Shukr, alhamdulillah, things are better, and hoping for better days even. So, and then it revolves around different age groups, like the elderly in the home, the children, and the ones who are definitely managing it all.
Yes.
So it's an amalgam of all that. Festivity, meeting up with family and friends, and looking forward to some good times together and making more memories, I should say, nicer memories.
So basically, you're from Islamabad?
I won't tell you my age, but I came here at the age of 5. So you can do the maths yourself.
1947, somewhere around?
No, 35 actually, 1935, yeah. That's why I could relate to Quaid-e-Azam's pictures all around.
All right.
No, so over the years, the ones who have been in Islamabad, they know what I'm saying. Islamabad has not only evolved, but has changed tremendously in so many ways that
In a good
few
way?
things,
or a bad way?
Both.
not all good,
Yeah.
not all good definitely, but that happens. That happens in urbanization as well, you know better. And when cities grow bigger, people come from all over. So definitely I've seen it grow. So, but even then, Eid is one point when it starts to look like a good old Islamabad. The roads are the same. Even my son, mashallah, he's 25 and he was born in Islamabad. We were abroad in between for a couple of years, but he has his roots very much here and he can relate to it, though he hasn't seen those days. But when he goes around in Eid holidays, he says, now I know what you mean, Mama. So that's how it is. Like,
No, but you're right. I also like Islamabad better when it's like emptier and everybody's gone.
emptier.
to
You
their
like the life as well, the way like
that's
things
also
are coming up. My mother back in 80s, she used to say Islamabad ends in F8.
Exactly.
It doesn't go, because F9 Park, my father used to go for fishing and for shooting.
really?
Yeah, it
I
was
didn't know
all
there was fishing
woods
in
and,
F9
you know.
Park. Wow.
And once they opted for, it's not, God forbid, related to any like sect kind of thing, F8, F7, no. But that's how it was. It started from melody, Apara, melody,
F5,
F6.
F6, F7, and F8.
And then
that is it.
No, I can understand.
G6.
It's like how we
G6.
call all the housing societies and Peria Town and DHAs Islamabad. I mean, a lot of people who
And
live in
then-
central
then-
Islamabad say that's not Islamabad.
Then twin cities were twin cities this way, that you had to go from one city to the
Yes.
other. Now, you
Now they're
know,
like-
you don't know where they
It's
one
merged.
ends.
Yes.
So things have really changed over the years. We've seen this city grow, and in a good way as well. It's really good to see good things coming up for our younger generation, the way things are progressing out in the markets, all the outlets. I remember we would like wait to go to Karachi, to Lahore, or even Pindi for shopping in 80s, and specifically for Eid shopping. I remember my mother used to go regularly to Gakkad Plaza to get the shoes and everything, and pre-prepared.
So famous.
So that's like how things have evolved, but it's good even till day.
So, sir, tell us about your visit, and you normally come to Pakistan for the Eid, or is this?
And I'm sure it'll be really special
I
since
am
you have less time
in
here.
Dubai since 2008,
Okay.
and every year, especially on Eid al-Azha, I come with my family to celebrate the Eid. Only twice I haven't been to Pakistan. Once it was COVID in 2020, and in 2019 I went for Hajj.
Okay.
So other than that,
So two legitimate reasons. Huh?
yes, two reasons are there, but I think in one Eid I have spent it in UAE, but I don't.
How different was that Eid which you spent in UAE as compared to the one in Pakistan?
In Pakistan, you have the enthusiasm in people, lot of enthusiasm. You can do each and everything. You can go shopping of animals, cattle, goats, but in UAE it's not allowed.
Same as KSA.
You cannot take your animal out on streets. There are special slaughterhouses.
No more animal walks.
No, nothing. Like it's just
So
like
you buy, leave it in the slaughterhouse.
we buy the animal and we will leave it in slaughterhouse. When it's done, they will give us a call. Come and take your meat. That's it.
Yeah.
And we have to find people to distribute that meat.
Nobody's
So-
poor
You
out
can't
there.
find people.
No.
That's an
wow.
interesting phenomenon, right?
Yeah.
Whom to give. So you distribute it amongst each other, or in
We
your
distribute-
colony, or that's it?
In some labor camps and
Okay,
these
okay.
places.
Don't you have places like, if you have like combined slaughterhouses, don't you have combined places where they do this job for you, that they distribute it to the needy? Do you
No,
have places
there are
like
special
that?
slaughterhouses.
But
where
not
only-
special distribution services. Oh,
You have
You have
to
to do it
pick it
yourself.
by your own self, and you have to distribute it by your own self.
okay.
But in Pakistan, you don't need to go out of your house.
they'll
People will come to you
yes.
and take everything.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it sounds like a good thing, but it's not actually that we have people here that there's
but
so
but
much in need.
for me to celebrate Eid in Pakistan, it's I prefer it because we have to forward this culture to our
Yes.
childs also,
Yes.
so they can follow our religion and all these things.
So religion is slightly different. I think it's more of a cultural part also. I mean, slaughtering the animal is it's being done everywhere, but post that slaughter, you know, things are very different. Like there was a lady with us. She was from KSA, and she exactly was telling us the same as you just mentioned, that you know. You cannot take the animal out. You cannot buy and keep the animal. You can't
No.
do slaughtering at home. You can't. I mean, distribution again. Whom to give to? You know, that is another
I mean,
million-dollar
it's
question.
religion
yeah.
and culture both, but of course, how you go about it, the culture is obviously influencing that as well. What about you, Huma? How's your Eid like?
My Eid is all about like feasts, and you know, family members are gathered in one place,
Yeah.
and there are a lot of joy. And for this Eid, especially on Eid al-Azha, this is the, you know, especially the Eid of boys, the children, they, you know, just grab their,
boys?
yeah, children's,
Yeah.
boys, girls
Yeah.
mostly. So they just grab their animal and went out, and just there are, you know, you see the competitions,
Yeah.
mera bakra zyada bada hai, ya
Yeah,
mera bakra
yeah,
zyada choda hai, whatever. So I think that is the most funny part of this
Yeah,
festival.
yeah.
So yeah, I enjoy it. Then the preparations of this Eid, you know, are stitching the dresses and the matching things and all of that thing. So
It's
yeah,
more of a
this-
girly thing.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, the
yeah.
matchings.
Yeah, matchings are, you know, you are ladies, so you will go for matching. even for cattle, or even for our you know, lambs, the children are very you know, conscious about their dressing, their gunghru,
accessories.
their accessories, their ribbons. So they also
Even they
do.
put mehendi on
Yeah,
them.
the mehndi, the prints,
coloured.
you know. Yeah. So that is.
But you know, all of this might be fun, like when we talk about kids doing it, but especially with the kind of competition that you were talking
Yeah.
about, like with each other's animals. But when it comes to adults, that it stops being funny. It just becomes like a problem, right? Isn't it?
Distribution of
Yeah,
meat.
but I think it's not all about the animals. When one buys an animal and kept it house, there is a relationship or a bonding established. So when we sacrifice that goat or whatever, cattle or cow, we are sacrifice that emotion, that love, that bonding. That is the sacrifice.
That's very well
means.
said.
That's main sacrifice.
That is the love, and that
Absolutely.
is missing.
Yeah.
I was
Attachment
listening to
that
that
you
attachment.
develop
That
over
is the
time.
main
About
About that,
sacrifice.
Huma, that attachment and that bond is missing, because
Yeah.
right now, especially with the slaughterhouses
Yeah.
available or other farms
And now
there,
it's very much the
nobody
same
keeps
culture
them.
here as well.
Yeah.
Yeah? Even in Pakistan.
There are
This-
options
it
available.
started perhaps
Yes.
in Karachi, because a
Started,
lot of
yes.
people used to live in the flats, right? You
Yeah.
can't keep a goat or a lamb for that
Precisely.
purpose. But at the end of the day, it's just like, you know, nowadays, because post-COVID things have really changed. And now
Everything
you give
is
a call,
online.
they'll show you the
Yeah.
animal, the weight and everything. You
Yeah.
pay them online, and they'll get them delivered
It's
at a
somewhat
certain
practical
time.
as well.
And it's
Keeping, as I
convenient.
was saying, the way the city is growing, just imagine it's
But
like
not
every,
that culture that we need to bring an animal home and then get it slaughtered right
But
in front
many
of
are
us,
still
and the
doing
blood
it.
is everywhere, and get
Anyways.
it cleaned, you know.
Oh, really?
Many
Are
are
they?
still doing. Of course,
Everybody
everybody is
is
doing
doing
it,
that too.
and especially, mashallah, who have extended families here. So it's
But is that bond still inculcated that Huma was talking
I think
about?
it is. I think
Yeah.
it is very much, especially as she mentioned for the younger lot,
Yeah.
for the elderly, for the men folk. Primarily, it's that like what kind of an animal you get, and as she was saying, the weight, the distance, other requirements. For the ladies, it's how the meat would reach them, how they would distribute them.
Distribute it.
How
But for
could they as
children,
well?
basically, the spirit is there because yes, and naturally, the kind of awareness children have now with pets otherwise, and so
Yeah.
it's I think moreover now a major sacrifice. And with the social media and with the internet, the way children at every socio-economic level, the way they are reaching out, because earlier very few had access to these things. They wouldn't know what a pet is, how to keep an animal,
Yeah.
this and that. Now even if somebody like my daughter, my husband and myself, we are not too fond of cats. My brother and father, they used to have dogs, but unfortunately my husband doesn't like dogs either. So my daughter is a pet lover. Now what she does, she has all kinds of stuffed
she has
toys.
inherited it
She
from
does art, so
your
she
parents,
draws
right?
all kinds of animals and this.
okay.
So that element is there. Even when we give sadqa in regular days now, so they are so perturbed because they feel that, but this is the essence of it. This is
Yeah.
what,
To
like
understand.
I read yesterday that who is going to be your Ismail. So simple as that. So it is symbolic. It is just
Yes.
like whom, what element are you going to sacrifice? Is it going to be your ego? Is it going to be your whatever? So like it's how you take it. I think.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Mr. Khalid, you were talking earlier about the same thing, that we need to sort of propagate this culture and the spirit in our children, try to have them have this experience of coming in Pakistan and understanding how things work and how this entire tradition of Eid and this culture is. How do you feel about the children taking this and understanding it? Like, are they more perceptive to it? Do they understand that they have to let go and sacrifice something that they love?
Yes, absolutely. They love this, and especially my child, my son. He loved the way when we.
How old is your son?
He is 8 years old.
8 years
Okay.
old. What was the first time you actually have shown him that this is what slaughtering is all about?
When he was sensible enough in the age of
Exactly,
4.
that's the age. When he was he
4.
sensible?
Last year when we came, when we sacrificed our cow, he started crying.
Oh, okay.
He was very touchy. So the whole day he was crying and he was missing his cow very much.
There you go.
But I don't know what will happen tomorrow, because tomorrow we have to cut his goat also.
Okay.
Then hope for the best.
Yeah.
But we have to distribute this.
You know,
this
young
thing
kids who are like 6, 7 years old, they talk about, honestly, ma'am, about animal rights.
They do.
Yes.
And
This
they
is
say,
exactly
what
what
is
I
this
was
going on?
referring
And
to.
no matter
And you know,
And it's
this
very
is the
difficult.
point where my daughter understands that we will keep a pet when she's old enough to take care of it. Whether it's a bird, it's a fish, because I'm at least not willing, or neither my staff, I won't leave it to them. So she should be knowing when to. So
Yeah.
that thing, that the empathy they develop, the care they think about that they have to give. So it's an overall understanding of the entire thing. And that is what you do when you bring the goat or cow or the animal, you keep it for certain days. So that you know how to take care of it as well, let alone
Absolutely.
develop an
Yes.
attachment.
when you
or-
feed.
But how do you
the animal
reconcile
and-
this new spirit of animal rights, especially the children are growing up with, and then of course the spirit of Qurbani?
See, this is we can say these are the emotions
It's a balancing act, yeah.
between the child
Yeah.
and the animal.
Yeah.
I believe that children love the animal more than younger people,
Yeah.
adult ones.
Yeah, for sure.
They take care of that animal. They even sleep with him, with the animal. They don't mind doing anything. So they have spiritual, or they have some
They
emotional
have-
I
attachment.
understand- I understand what
Emotional
you're
connection.
Let's
saying.
be,
Emotional connection
yeah,
between
they have
both of
no,
them.
basically, you know how they would absorb it and how they would evolve out of it, because they have spiritual orientation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right from I guess 4, 5, the way we intone into them, like Allah Ta'ala ki ek jo hai, the way things should be. Like whenever my daughter thanks me, I tell her to know, first thank Allah, then thank your father. Then so similarly, the ultimate is that they simply understand that it is one of the
Essential things,
that has to be done. There are precedents, obviously. ranging from right down to our last holy prophet. So they know it also, they absorb it. It's just like, it's in a way making them again confront the reality that this is the ultimate. This is the ultimate. And God forbid, you know, like when they lose their, there's no comparison. I'm not saying, but my kids have gone through it. So when they lose their grandparents, what is it? When they lose, God forbid, a loved one, they need to know that it's time to let go.
Yeah.
So it's something like that. It's something like that.
Definitely, this has to have a relationship.
So they know that it's something, or you know, like one of my nephews, he claimed he became a vegetarian when he was really young, and he would eat keema without realizing mincemeat. But you know, like because that the empathy was there, that I'm, you know, but I guess they evolve and they understand and they absorb.
Absolutely. Huma, do you see a difference between how we've grown up and how our children of today are growing up and viewing things and understanding traditions?
It's a lot of difference, I think so.
Yeah.
When you know, in our childhood, we were used to do the traditional things more, you know, passionately, and we were used to go the market and buy the things, and you know, like stuff like that. Yeah, thina and chudiyan and like bangles and you know, like this stuff. And now in our generation, it's like, okay, tomorrow will be Eid, we'll see on Chand Raat what will we wear or what we will do, or even on the Eid day they kept sleeping, and at evening they woke up and, oh, today was Eid, so just they go for a hangout or go for a, you know, meal. So yeah, there is little, you know, I'm saying that just we should.
You think Eid is not special anymore for the kids?
It is special, but with the passage of
it's the
time,
role of the
we
parents
should
how to make
develop.
them understand.
We should make them understand.
Celebrate it, they will. You know, that's automatically inculcated.
Exactly, we should make them understand the real meaning of the Eid. What is the real meaning, and what is the essence of Eid, basically. Whenever we are saying, when asking someone, how was your Eid, I was sleeping. So that's, for me, that's the meaning of it.
That is used to happen in our days. The kids these days now,
they
pretty much have a mind of their own. Eid, one is the element, dressing up, getting new clothes. Mashallah, may everybody, you know, manage that, meeting up people they want to meet, finding a chance, then spending their Eid. In our days, it was more like that. So gaye somehow. Ab wahi wali baat hai, somehow the connectivity is more there.
I think there's less chance to do all of that because you're so busy in your lives, and like
and then you pre-plan
and
you make it show that the 3, 4, 6 holidays.
Yeah, and as kids, if you remember, we used to go out, buy the cards, remember?
Exactly.
And we would post them at least 5, 6 days prior to Eid, so that at least they get to the right person at the right time.
We have those WhatsApp messages.
No,
but you know, you get
but even that text message, we don't write that. We just forwarded them.
I beg to differ that, because I'm running a digital agency myself. We make specialized cards for the clients as well. Things have changed. No, we can't go back to that era.
Remember, there was a
we have to live in this era.
Shadi card, you know.
So, the cards are being WhatsApp,
the
cards are being designed.
Or send salami also on the WhatsApp.
No. The cards are being designed with specific the names of the companies and everything. So it's just digital. That's the only difference. And people respond. It's not that they don't respond.
You're putting the thought in there.
Actually, you know,
so that's important.
It's not the thought only. It's like more of connectivity this way, that earlier you would just meet people whom you could meet, your neighborhood in the same city. Now with the digital world, at least you're reaching out to the people abroad. You're having a video call. So
imagine a video call rather than a typical telephone
so things
call.
have changed that way.
At 17 or 18.
And then the
I think 17
and the guy telling you that it's 3 minutes on already, 5 minutes
3,
already.
6 and 12.
Yeah, exactly. So the things have changed, but the spirit is there. And as you mentioned, that it's up to the parents, to the elderly, to set the precedent. And like right now, my son is in Paris, and today he said, I'm homesick. I said, you've been away for a week only. But he said, Eid in Paris. मैंने कहा चलो कोई बात नहीं, कभी-कभी चलता है. Eid in Paris भी चलती है. He'll be back in another fortnight. So but you know, like this is what I told the younger sister as well. Just imagine he's in Paris and he's saying, I'm missing home. So that is how, you know, you inculcate these things. They are deeply rooted right from childhood. As I said, that grandparents, uncles and aunts, Alhamdulillah, we have the kind of culture that they have so many role models, so many, not only your own home, the entire family. They have this pattern that they can observe, learn and move on. So I think the spirit is there.
Just like, you know, for example, you know, I totally agree with you. Because, you know, if if your parents, for example, if you've seen them praying, right? So that is there in your mind, even if you're not forced to. It's in
you
your
will.
subconscious. So when you do and you make your kids do, the kids learn like this.
And it's not just that; it's everything you do.
It's all
like
walks of
It's-
life.
yes.
You know,
Everything
the
that you
entire
do is
fabric of the
important.
society as it is,
Yeah.
we all know very well,
Yeah.
has gone topsy-turvy. Things have changed. But you know what? My son at times says that you're trying to, you know, bring me up in a way that I don't see many people of your age group like that. I would seldom find any in mine. I tell him 1 out of 100 you would. So it's like from one generation to
Yeah.
the next, the same thing that is being passed on.
Transition.
Transition, it's there. So you have to pass it on and you
Absolutely.
need to stick to those values. Yes, you need to evolve. Yes, you need to improvise. अब वही तो सब कुछ नहीं हो सकता that was happening in
Right.
80s or 90s.
No, of course.
But
That's
the
really
essence
important.
should be
right.
there.
Khalid sir, you were adding something?
I was saying that like we were talking about prayers. This is all about how what we will do, our children will learn from us.
Yes,
Exactly.
they will
So,
imitate.
Daily I go for namaz in masjid, and my son started following me. And even my daughter, she gonna be 5 this month, end of this year.
Mashallah.
But she also goes with me to the masjid, and it's simply like whatever you will do,
They will
they will follow
Yes.
you. If you will do good deeds, they will do good deeds.
Absolutely.
If you will do bad deeds, they will do
And
bad
that's the secret of parenting,
Yes.
honestly. Instead of
This is
saying
how
do's
you
and don'ts, it's how
teach
you act.
your children.
You become that
Yes.
person you want
So
the
being a
children to
father
be.
and being a dad, there is a difference.
Yes. Dad is just a guardian who will monitor everything. Father, he will groom you.
Yeah.
Father will groom his childs. He will provide them whatever they want, but
Yeah.
he will keep an eye on him. on them.
Honestly speaking, because perhaps I was the youngest in my family and I was always treated as a kid.
You
and
were
I
lucky.
got married. And,
were-
and
You-
now
I'm
got
the
kids,
youngest,
they are
I was
grown
never
up.
treated
Now the
as a
thing
kid.
is that,
Oh, really?
I
I'm the
sometimes
youngest, I
fail
was
to
also.
understand that
Yeah.
what do I need to do, to make them do that. So
Sir, you earlier
It
mentioning
becomes
about
tough.
ED, and I want to understand whether or not ED is also concept on Bari Eid. Huma, what do you think? Is it something that happens on Bari
no.
Eid?
As far as I know, like every household, you can first please you
No,
can
no,
answer.
you can have
Every household is a different pattern. I was just telling my bhabhi today, don't start off with Eidi's tomorrow.
Okay.
This is in the spirit of Qurbani and all that.
Yeah.
So Eid in our home at least, or our extended family, it's only on Choti Eid.
Acha. What about
It's
you?
exchange of meat on Bari Eid.
Obviously,
I don't know. Every
in our
family
family,
has
it's
a
also no concept of ED on Eid
Ah.
al-Azha. There, the money is only for the Eid al-Fitr.
and the way the cost has gone up now,
Yeah,
if you can
might as
manage
well.
the Qurbani,
Yeah.
that's about
I
it.
still get Eid.
I still get ED
Oh,
on Bari
good.
Eid.
I also give Eid.
Yeah,
I
same.
also
I also give ED. Yes.
Because I am father, I have to give
yeah.
Eid.
Yeah.
Then
same.
we need to
We do
rethink
it.
about that. Okay.
Yeah, but in our
This
family,
thing
it's
Eid,
Yeah.
this is very special for the kids.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
For
Now you've made me.
we celebrate Eid al-Fitr in UAE. There's nothing to do.
Yeah.
We just go morning in masjid, offer prayers, come home and sleep. We have nothing to do. But here we have to
It's the
celebrate
whole day's thing.
yeah.
all these things. Yes.
Yes.
But
Yeah,
but
all
the
day,
thing
mashallah, 3 to
which
4
I
days.
don't like is after the sacrifice, the waste over of the animals. It's
Very
not
valid.
treated properly.
Very valid.
It's not treated properly. After that, all the diseases
And
will
it's
come.
right in front of every
Yes.
house.
Exactly.
Every house. It's not. We
Tonight
have to
when
think
you
on
watch
that.
the
And-
the
but
That is
news
the only
now,
thing.
especially the kind of
yeah.
rain Karachi has had.
Don't forget we are living in
Imagine-
Islamabad,
No, no, we
Yeah.
have
which is
4
really
days
far
rain
off better than
here in
US.
Islamabad also. The weather forecast is for 4 days, I believe.
Yeah,
5-6
yeah.
days, the
6
whole
days
week
Yeah,
in
the
fact.
whole week.
for a week.
So it's
Civic
absolutely
awareness should be
unfortunate.
given
Yes.
moreover on that.
It
Yes.
should be.
Definitely.
It should be for sure.
Other everything is good.
Islamabad is one of the most beautiful cities in the
Yeah,
world
and
actually.
most
You were so
clean
blessed. So blessed to be
Perfect weather, and after the rain, the way
Yeah.
it's washed, everything is so green and so clear.
here. And the
visibility.
Marglas, the moment you come out on the road, that's the first thing I thank Allah for.
Yeah, yeah.
You
No,
just
we're
look at
blessed.
it.
Look
where
at
we are
the weather
living.
in this,
We are blessed
this
to
city.
live
I
here,
mean,
yes,
Lahore
for
has
sure.
changed drastically over a period of time. So many housing colonies have been developed. I mean, they've cut millions of trees. At
Cities
the end
within
of the day,
cities.
Yeah.
the temperature, everything has changed. out there.
Pollution.
It's a dust city. Like just to the comparison, like San Francisco and LA, all concrete. Islamabad is like SFO.
But
Clean and
you know, I'm
green.
on the outskirts of Islamabad. We are beyond D12 with Shala Datta with the farm.
Ma'am, there is a C sector also. Somebody told me the other
We
day.
are like our sea is coming up,
God
but we are
knows we
just
will
right
be
next to
entering into
D.
Wow or
D.
somewhere.
Acha, my husband, he initially planned to settle down in Beria town, the extended phase, and I would tell her this is not Islamabad. He said, this is DHA Islamabad, there'll be a ring road. I said, I won't know when that would happen. So finally we settled there. And let me tell you that the sky is so much clearer. And if you think of the radius, it's hardly, I don't know, I'm not like good at that, might be 10 to 15 kilometers of radius from the
main area.
the cloud. You can see the full moon better, you can see the stars better.
Milky Way.
And the temperature.
2
Temperature
degrees to
is,
3 degrees.
so it's happening to Islamabad as well.
You know, this happened in
Even if you go to
COVID times
Shakarpadiya,
as well.
Chakrapadia,
I mean, the temperature is like 3-4 degrees. There's a difference between the main city and.
But especially in COVID times, you saw the difference that even like small efforts can make to how the world is. I mean, the skies were bluer, and it was making the news every day of
47% less pollution
I
was
wish
recorded in those
you
years.
people are in a place where you can definitely educate people and you know, spread awareness. I just wish everybody at their own level. We are living in a guarded community, and I make it sure that I bring each and every such points to the knowledge of the people who are responsible. We are a like I should say financed community. We look after ourselves, the roads, everything. It's not anything, not a big name, but anyways, so we are managing it ourselves.
That's
whether
great.
the streets, the street lights, the garbage collector.
High time to do so, ma'am.
Yeah.
Everybody
So
needs
if
to
we
do
start
that.
doing it at each personal level, I think things would get better.
Because everything, as we call that, the gandh, whether it's a pack of cigarette or a filter or you know, anything for that matter.
It's about the accountability. We don't have that.
It's related
on
to
the
one
roads,
individual.
we are still checking littering.
So if you look up
if we
this
need
way,
to,
I mean,
if we need to cross a car
responsibility.
and roll down our window and tell them that you just threw something out of the window that you shouldn't have, and people are still doing it. It's so sad.
Educated people.
It is.
Children are doing it in schools. My daughter, I will not take a name, she used to get upset we changed the school because she said that after break time there's littering all over the school. Although they can see huge dustbins. But
this
is what education is all about.
It's
about education, it's about implementation, it's about monitoring. Since I've been in school admin myself, so I know that.
And it's about consistency, right? Like it's about consistency as well, to do it again and again.
Persistence, a lot of persistence.
Absolutely. Huma, is Eid like a big break for you from all the noise that perhaps the courts take up your time from, and of course the kind of issues, because of course that must be really nerve-wracking.
She must have been a very sweet lawyer, you know. I need an opponent like her so that I can, you know.
No, it's a little confusing.
Are you aggressive in nature
she might
when
be
it comes
different
to
in
the
the court, you know?
No, basically I am a criminal lawyer, criminal law practicing lawyer, so I'm a little different in course.
How do you do?
Okay,
Mr. Justice, Justice so and so.
So yeah, I have to convince, you know,
you're
the judge
louder,
in a
aggressive.
louder and aggressive way.
Maybe she's carrying 1 or 2 guns in her.
No, not like that. So yeah, it is a break for me from the course. Obviously, we, you know, take people's tension in.
You absorb it
ourselves and
kind
absorb it and just
criminal.
Yeah,
it's more about like qatl and everything.
Yeah, murder, rape, dacoity, narcotics, everything.
If you deal with the right kind of people.
No, but honestly, this must be really hard to like differentiate yourself and your identity, and you know, like how you feel about those things. I mean, it must be very difficult.
No, you know, for me it's a puzzle. You have to solve the puzzles. And when I started in my profession, there was not a single criminal lawyer.
You practice in Islamabad?
Yeah, I'm practicing in Islamabad. So who was practicing criminal law? I'm talking about the woman. So whenever I tried to, you know, start the criminal law, I approached many bigger names in law to, you know, for internship and that kind of thing. They said that we don't take women as a internee because this is not for women. So
that's the taboo attached.
Yeah, it's a taboo. It's you know, gender discrimination, a lot of gender discrimination in this kind. Then I got an opportunity, and I joined a big firm, criminal law firm. Then I spent 3 years over there, and after that I
what sort of a difference was in your personality
there's a lot
prior
of
to doing that and after that?
I groomed so you know, amazingly, that my confidence level was like this. After that, and after 3 years I established my own law firm, that is you know, the first ever criminal law practicing law firm in Twin Cities. And it has been
for what?
Criminal law practicing law firm, which
women?
consists all the women.
All women.
We are all women,
Interesting.
and more than 40 women lawyers are.
So normally,
our
do you guys
members.
take those cases related to women?
No, we deal all
That could have been a good
cases.
area to focus
All
on. Right?
Yeah, but
cases.
she's taking all cases,
Yeah,
which is
we're
great
taking
also
all
to like
cases.
showcase the fact that women lawyers can deal with all
We
sorts
have
of
been
work.
nominated for the first Women in Law awards by the government of Pakistan, and we have been also nominated for the Women in Law awards of which will be conducted in Vienna in this
We had
October.
Asma
Amazing,
Jahangir as somebody, you know, who
To
came
look
up
up
as
to.
a female lawyer and who was like, she won the bar elections,
Yeah.
very vocal, very stiff, you know, when it comes to it.
Yeah.
And a couple of others as well, but
Yeah.
mostly men are known. You know,
Yeah,
this
so there
field
is
seems to be overwhelmed by males.
Exactly. No, even judges
Many are.
was not you
Many-
know
oh God.
judges are not ready to accept that someone is going to practice this kind of thing in front of them. In start, I faced a lot lot of challenges, but
Of course.
after that,
Threats also like,
No,
हमें
not-
phone
not
कर रहे
kind
हैं,
of this
हमारे
threat, but
करीब मत आना, हम
no,
उठवा लेंगे.
not at all. But one time, I outside the court, it was happened.
Somebody tried to, scare
they
you
threatened
something.
me that this like this and this, but at last I won that case. So no,
Great.
Were your
but
parents
it's-
okay? You being into this criminal side, normally they would say, okay, fine, go into the finance, accounts, and like corporate law.
A safer
No,
side.
my parents are very very supportive, and they encouraged me in more than their capacity.
That's great.
Even that. So when I was joining this profession, especially this field, my father said me that this profession, especially the kachari, is like Nala Lai. If you are joining that Nala Lai, you should remember that every kind of thrash will be there.
Exactly.
So you have to face it. So
That's wonderful.
As they say, ना उर्दू में कि कोर्ट और कचहरी से अल्लाह बचाए.
yeah.
So वो कोर्ट
But-
कचहरी आपने कहा नहीं अल्लाह तो बचा, हम तो जा ही उधर रहे हैं.
Yeah, but it's
No, but it's really fascinating, and it's very encouraging to see parents support their children like that and like make them understand that this is what it is, and the
Exactly.
decision is yours, and we're there to support you, and that's the real effort, of course, which makes the
Exactly.
difference. Sarah, you're also an entrepreneur. You were telling a little bit about what you do. I've just sort of figured a bit about the cards, but not really understood what you
started
did.
my career as a teacher
Okay.
at the age of 19
Okay.
because I got a double promotion. So I graduated at the age of 19.
wonderful.
I also got a double promotion.
And I'm the youngest, but you're the lucky one. You were treated like one. I've never been. I've been the responsible one in the family, like amongst the elders. Just kidding. Achha, so anyways, like I started off back then, and then
Okay.
I had to leave for my masters. After my masters, I was preparing for CSS, but then I got married. So that's the
हर
end of the story.
लड़की की स्टोरी में क्यों होती है?
Exactly.
Achha, but it
Why
didn't
don't you
end
tell us
there.
that?
It didn't end there.
स्टोरी का ट्विस्ट
ये बड़ा
और फिर शादी हो गई.
और फिर शादी हो गई तो खैर तो CSS तो was a dream जो रह गई. अच्छा anyways then we left for
वो
abroad.
कौन सी मूवी है? सॉरी मुझे
नहीं,
मुझे
carry on,
निकल
carry on.
रही है बात भाई.
कौन सी वाली?
वो कभी कभी मेरे दिल में
ख्याल
ख्याल
आता
आता है ना वो वाला.
है वो
और फिर
आस्क
शादी
माय
हो गई.
हस्बैंड उन बेचारों को तो काफी दफा सुनना पड़ता है तो वो बड़ी दफा दिल में ख्याल आता है. So anyways when we were abroad, so I did couple of courses there.
Okay.
I was in the daycare as well. Then I did beautician and hair cutting courses. Chalo, I made the best of it. But when we came back to Pakistan, I'm talking about back in '99. My eldest was 3 years old then, and every shop that we would go, a barber shop, there was like either there was Marriott or there was just a plain simple barber shop, and which was okay. But as a mother,
Zavier-
it was a little
Zavier.
awkward for me to go and stand there and get his hair cut. So we thought of opening up a daycare with a children's barber shop. But eventually it came out back in 2001. We decided in 2002, finally we launched as a family neighborhood barber shop, which was a much modified, refined barber shop, and the ones living in Islamabad
response did you
by
get?
the name of Snippers. It came up in Islamabad,
Oh,
F11.
really? Yes.
Achha, then it was a family thing. My father-in-law was going
I
there, my
didn't know
mother-in-law, we had books there. He was, by the way, a retired senior civil officer, and then he used to enjoy his walks. He would go sit there. The people who would come there, they would interact with them, and then we groomed
That
our
sounds so
staff.
nice.
Then we groomed our staff like
Yeah.
this, that when a lady walks in, a mother, a sister, whoever, you should be able to conduct yourself in such a way that they're comfortable to leave their child in this environment, and so on and so forth. So 20 years to that. I'm still
Wow.
looking after it. We opened up
Where
another
exactly?
branch.
Sorry, I'll ask you
It is an
later.
F11,
It's an F11,
F11
yes.
Markaz for the last 20 years.
Okay.
Then we opened up, we were offered by Hotel One, which is a budgeted hotel by the Hashu Group.
I know, yeah.
So we chose Sialkot, but unfortunately, it was disputed property, the hotel, whatever. So it had to close down. So we brought it to E11 Islamabad.
Okay.
Then COVID came. We were thinking of opening another branch on this end. But anyway, so it's been going. The clients who visit us, I have still not raised my bar for the price list. Many people tell me that 350, 500 for a child's haircut. I say, well, more should be able to afford
another
it.
zero.
No. We like the gents haircut is just 850 even now, because I believe that the masses, as I was telling you, that the way Islamabad has,
in fact,
you know who my target market is.
Exactly.
I'll tell you who it is. It is the people who used to live in Islamabad, who were Islamabadians this way, that it's not only the new money in Islamabad, it's the people with old money acting like the new money. And somehow I have some kind of aversion towards that. So anyways, like, you should make your thing accessible, that the middle class, the upper middle class, and especially after COVID. You know, before COVID, we were
COVID
charging double for home service, for aged people, for newborns and this and that. So my husband and I said that this is something totally circumstantial. We are not going to charge double in COVID at all. It's going to be home services, and it's going to be the, so that I've been looking on.
Thing for
Then
you to think like that.
I started teaching. I was amongst the visiting faculty at ICAS. That is one of the older setups. Then I was the first mentor for Frobel's School F7, which was set up in 1975. But when my son joined in 99 in playgroup, I was their first mentor. It was the first branching out. Then on and off I was teaching, and then my last, I should say, I set up their F11 branch. I was the headmistress for that. But then my mother-in-law was not keeping good health and few other factors. So I've been helping my husband. He's been in the mainstream advertising, and so I'm doing his social media and event management and this and that. So on and off, good exposure everywhere. I enjoy what I do, and yet the biggest part is I'm full-time a housewife. That is what matters to me. That is my main preoccupation. If somebody would ask me, I would still say I'm a housewife.
Ask me, because my wife is away for a few days. She's
I'm
being the mother of the house these days.
So it's not easy. It's not easy. And it's very fulfilling as well. It's very rewarding. The way you bring up your children, the way you handle the family. Like my husband is youngest in the family, but alhamdulillah, my father-in-law, mother-in-law, and the entire family, we were lucky that they were in Islamabad with us. One of his brothers is in Karachi, one was mostly abroad. So you see, the reward that you get out of this job, very few women realize that. I do also realize, I do realize that if I would have been more consistent in my job and this and that, I could have gone places too, never mind. But I am happy where I am.
There are always choices. And you get some
to
and you
maintain
lose
that
some.
equilibrium, that's the art.
No, I really value your spirit.
So tell us about your story.
My story, I went to UAE in 2008. I started my career as...
You're a banker, right?
No, I am a finance manager in property development.
Finance manager, okay.
Yes. So, since...
The man who knows how to play with the numbers.
And with property, moreover so.
And the property. And that also in Dubai.
In Dubai. So, how to take care of the money.
Is it true, sir, that the Pakistanis, they own around 10 to 12 billion dollars worth of property in UAE? Rough idea.
I think you have wrong information.
Should I say 112?
It should be doubled.
Oh God.
The one which the one which you are telling, it's I believe you are telling about the declared one.
The declared
you
one.
are not telling about the undeclared one. So since 2008 I am working with the same group.
Okay.
It's called Giga Group.
Giga
Group.
Ye Giga Mall wale to nahi hai?
Almost the same. They are brothers. So one he is managing the Dubai properties.
That's a huge group.
Yes.
Yeah.
So since 2008 I am working with them.
Lovely.
Good.
Happily.
Happily. So it's been almost how many years? 14, 15
years?
14.
Yeah.
14 years.
So no chances of moving back or thoughts about that in the future for your kids?
Maybe.
Maybe.
But I think after 4
At the end
years.
of the day, your country is your own country.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
There's this feel. No
End
matter
of the day, I'm proud to be Pakistani.
Yeah.
Because the main disadvantage of living in Middle East is you won't get the citizenship. If I've been living in...
Even if you're born there.
Yes. If I've been
but
in...
anywhere in the world... Sorry,
you can
carry on. Coming
I'm
back to
in-
the festivity, you won't have the same Eid anywhere.
Yeah,
in
no,
the
of
world.
course.
Please carry on.
Nothing
So
is like home.
if I'm living in Europe or USA or Canada for more than 5 years, I have been the citizen of that country. But in Middle East, we don't have this opportunity.
Yeah.
So end of the day,
Sir, those poor guys are the minority in their own country. That is another reason.
You know, my husband said 20 years back that I don't want to be a first-rate citizen. No, sorry, third-rate citizen in a first-rate country. The way they call it third world, I would rather be a first-rate citizen here.
मैम, गोरा हमेशा गोरा रहता है ना हमारे मुल्क में,
नहीं,
और
आपको
उर्दू भी
पता है,
बोलता हूँ।
we let forego of our Canadian citizenship. We were landed immigrants. We came back within 2 years, and we are still proud of it, and we don't regret it for a day. Passport ही लेने रुक जाते, लेने जाना था.
I came, I saw and I conquered.
And we
I
are
came, I saw and moved back.
And we are, yeah, आपको पता है वो
great.
कहते थे मुझे मिट्टी
की खुशबू
की खुशबू नहीं आती. And 2015 when my son
मैडम उनको
went
मेरे साथ
abroad.
भेजे ना, मैं आपको ऐसी सी
नहीं,
जगहों
नहीं,
पे
when he went
सैर करा।
abroad the first time, you know, he could relate to it. उसने कहा बाबा आप बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं, बारिश हुई है. He was in Italy at that time, and you know I could not smell that the mist rising up.
वो बैक्टीरिया नहीं है जिनके
No,
पास।
but honestly, there is that.
This is what we love and this is what we are
There's
happy
that
with.
association,
बिल्कुल,
and a sense
बिल्कुल,
of belonging to a
So
country,
it's
which is
never the same.
very
It's
important.
good to go. अब अल्लाह करे.
Yeah.
Let's all pray together that our country is capable of it, and
Absolutely.
may
Inshallah.
it can be one
we
of
get out of this.
the first notch.
Yes. Huma,
If
what
we
about
make
you?
good
Any
use
ever
of all
had any
resources.
thoughts of moving abroad or working outside of Pakistan?
Not movie. I will never move abroad. It's not in my plans. But yeah, for the sake of work, I will go there, and I used to visit other countries. But my aim and my ambition is, as you mentioned, that I'm also a filmmaker. So as an entrepreneur and as a businesswoman, I just wondering that I want to do something great
Yeah.
for Pakistan,
Yeah.
but will not leave Pakistan. Never ever.
आज
I
हम
can't
बता
thought
रहे
about
थे,
it.
what do you want to do?
How do you find
I
time
just
to
want
make
to
films?
do
When you say something great,
something great. जैसा जो अभी इन्होंने कहा, जैसा कि that the Pakistan will be capable for
It
something.
can be.
You know, but
And
there's greatness in your
the greatness,
small things.
the things, जब आप ये ना कहें कि मुझे उस मुल्क की citizenship चाहिए. This is the thing I want.
ये मैं आपको इसका जवाब दूंगा
So-
प्रोग्राम के बाद, ठीक है?
वो मैं भी, it is debatable. We
हम
can do.
सच खेलेंगे।
नहीं, हमें नहीं
So
चाहिए. मैं
I
आपको
think
prove
I think what I want to do that the image of our country in, you know,
Brand imaging,
that,
that's
yeah,
important.
that is very important
So
to
what
create
sort
a
of films do you
positive
make?
image.
I mean, do you make documentaries?
No,
do you make-
cinematic films.
Okay.
Yeah. So because if we see the India or other countries, this is a big market. They, you know, take it as an industry. So in our Pakistan now, government announced it as an industry, and they waived the taxes and also other things. Now I'm hoping that we will get more cinemas, we will get more producers, we will get more investment, because for
Absolutely.
building of image,
Film is very
film
important.
is very
Such an
important.
It's a very
I
strong
think it's a
medium,
very
yeah.
strong medium. So by the way of films and by the way of, you know, building the narrative, I
It's
am
very powerful
aiming
and
that
impact.
we should
That's great. Wonderful.
great
That's
thing
an
for
indirect
Pakistan.
hit basically. Normally, this is what I see lacking in our
Yeah.
approach,
Yeah.
is that we you know, for example, Kashmir cause.
exactly.
There are a million ways to actually promote that. Forget about that 1954
Exactly.
formula,
If you
which is still
see,
being
if you see
used.
India,
It's not at all
on
effective.
every
already
little
know that,
occasion
yes.
they make films.
Exactly.
They're doing
And they
Yes.
build the negative, you know,
Yeah.
image of
Look at
Pakistan.
America, I
Work
mean,
on
they'll
that.
just, for example, you know, in certain movies, they'll just say that, well, this terrorist was caught in the city of
Yeah.
Multan.
Exactly.
That is it.
Yeah,
That's all you need, honestly. That's the kind of
Just
impact
one
that you
sentence.
need. But we can definitely do that as
Or
Huma was
this
talking
smuggler
about.
is from North Korea,
Yeah.
so aapko lagega, oh, uranium
We're
smuggler,
almost at the
you
end
know?
of the show, so we'll just quickly
Indirect.
take our Eid messages, starting with Sarah.
Live and let live.
Yeah.
Each one to his own kind. Eid जैसे celebrate करना चाहते हैं करें. Be at peace here.
Yeah.
Be happy and make other people happy. That's
Yes,
Wonderful. Yes.
वो बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग है, मैक्स एमरन का है वो डिसाइडर, वो कहते हैं ना, be at peace with yourself.
you need to be.
That
You
is the
need to
most
be.
important aspect.
That
You
is a
need
very
to
difficult
bring
thing
up
as well.
walls
You are
to be
here
at
just like
peace
the
with
stars
yourself,
and the trees. You have a
and
right to be
don't
here.
let others spoil your peace. And you learn that with time. It's easy for me to say at this age. You need to go through
Yeah.
a
yeah,
lot
yeah,
to
for sure.
you know,
Achieve
say
that.
that.
Implicitly
Yes.
It's never
with
too
the
late.
noise and
Yes.
the haste.
Mr. Khalid.
My message is enjoy your Eid and be safe and keep your surroundings clean.
Yes,
Yeah.
wonderful.
That is my message.
Wonderful. Huma.
My message is the same, just enjoy your Eid, and cleanliness is the half of it. So clean your surroundings, don't tease anyone by throwing your trash outside.
Absolutely.
enjoy.
And don't tease the animals as well.
Yeah.
To make it, to clean everything, we have to start it from our house.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Then if we do,
Yeah.
the others will do.
And our insides as well,
Yes.
as Sarah was saying. Clean yourself
And you know what,
spiritually.
like it's
The good things
as
start
Gigi
from
within.
Yes.
our side
Uh,
first.
And you know, I am basically an educationist, but I always say that I groom my staff who are not probably, I don't want to like say like which grade they have left school in, but it's the grooming that matters, whether they are domestic or at work.
School is just part of
Overall
the
wholesome
education.
grooming, and you
Yeah.
can do that by consistently, you know, giving reminders, setting examples in the way you deal with them.
Being a better
and believe
person.
you me, I've seen difference within months,
Yeah.
within years, the way they pick up.
Interact. Absolutely. Thank you
Correct.
very much, Ms.
Thank
Sarah,
you. It was a
Mr. Khalid
pleasure.
and Huma for being with us and spending Eid with us and taking the time
Thank you
out.
so much.
Thank
Hope
you
you
so
guys
much.
have a lovely Eid and more days to come. And to you, Faisal, as well, the same.
Well,
And
let's see.
I think you'll just go
I'll
around,
go home and, you
and
know,
cook some more.
I'll
Yeah.
cook some more, but you know, go hang out with my friends.
Great. Wonderful.
My wife is not around. See?
So you can have all the fun
Yeah.
you want. And we all hope that, of course, everybody who's watching us has all the fun as well. Have a wonderful and happy Eid, and of course, take care of the people around you and yourselves and your loved ones as well. That's really important. So have a wonderful Eid, and that's all that we have from B2B World at the moment. Wishing you all the best.
Khuda Hafiz.